Hi, I'm going to be talking about Bitterblue by Kirsten Kishore. This book is a sequel to Graceling and Fire and follows Princess Bitterblue, who we left at the end of Graceling just being coronated as Queen of Muncie. Bitterblue took over the throne at 10 years old from her father, King Lech, who was an evil ruler who used his grace, or secret power, to manipulate the minds of his people. In this book, Bitterblue is 18 now, and this book deals a lot with her sort of coming to grips with what her father did and her finding out what her father did and starting to heal her country and heal herself, really, and her journey of personal growth to become like a true leader. In the first couple of chapters of the book, Bitterblue is very naive as to what's happening in her kingdom. Her advisors still kind of treat her like a child, and throughout the book we get to see her grow from being very insecure and very naive to being a true leader and a true queen. I really liked that angle for the book because it felt very realistic to me, and that was something I was actually wondering at the end of Graceling. So I really like this book a lot compared to Graceling. Graceling was great, but I think Bitterblue is a lot better. I actually haven't read Fire. I read about 3 pages of it and I just didn't like it at all, so I put it down. I thought Bitterblue had a lot more intricate plot than Graceling did, and it also had like really superb characterization. I also kind of felt that the some of the sentences and just the actual like surface writing of Graceling was kind of awkward at times, but with Bitterblue you can definitely tell that it's a much later novel and it's just a lot more elegant in terms of prose. There are a lot of really fantastic characters in this series, the main one being Bitterblue herself. Bitterblue was just really relatable to me. She was 18, so she was, an adolescent, and I just really liked her like personal growth throughout the series, and throughout the book rather, and I thought that worked really well. I also liked her as a person, and I thought the ways she kept track of things and the way she just thought made a lot of sense to me. There's also, of course, Katza and Poe from Graceling. Raft and Ban come back. So does Gideon. Of course, all the characters from Graceling are just fantastic as ever. They each grew a little bit in their own respects too, and I really liked that. Sapphire and Teddy are someone Bitterblue meets very early on in the story, and they become very close friends with her and people she rely on throughout the story. Teddy is a printer and teacher in Bitterblue City, which is where the capital of Muncie, and he owns a printing shop and he's trying to teach a lot of people in the city how to read. Teddy is a lean-knitted thief who lives in Muncie with Teddy, and I honestly can't talk very much about him without giving too much away or spoiling too much, but the main thing is that he and Teddy are kind of, when we meet them, they're kind of trying to set things right, and those ways aren't always legal. I also loved Bitterblue's librarian, Deeth. Deeth is very enamored with books, obviously. He was probably my favorite character. I thought the writing of this book was really good. As I said before, the characterization was superb. The plot was very, very intricate. There was a lot of things going on at once. There's a lot of subplots and a lot of things going on with different characters and just a lot of issues that needed resolving at one time. And I thought it was very believable for what the story is. I would give Bitterblue 4 out of 5 stars because I really liked the book and it was just fantastic. It's one of my favorites. I think it's going to go up on my little favorite stack on my bookshelf as soon as I am able to actually purchase it. Thank you for watching my first video. There's probably going to be some links down there, and I'll see you in a couple weeks.